Diane Keaton did not merely collect awards. She collected leverage. In an industry built on temporary fame, she engineered something sturdier: assets, equity, architecture, and reputation that behaves less like a career and more like a private economy. What follows is not a look at movie scenes. It is a look at money density, cultural capital, and the quiet infrastructure of a life scaled to near sovereign power. Welcome to the trillionaire-coded empire of Diane Keaton. 1. The switch from actor to asset acting paid the bills. Ownership made the fortune. Early in her career, Keaton recognized that fame is a bad retirement plan. She began translating celebrity into control: profit participation instead of flat fees, back-end shares instead of applause, long-view equity instead of weekend box office dopamine. Most actors finish movies and walk away with nothing but memories. Keaton finished projects and walked away with long-tailed cash flow mechanisms that still whisper money decades later. 2. Real estate as multipliers, not addresses. Her portfolio did not behave like housing. It behaved like a hedge fund with windows. Keaton bought, redesigned, and repositioned properties with the eye of a cinematographer and the cynicism of a banker. Her flips were not cute side hobbies, they were capital accelerators. Homes entered her orbit as structures and exited as statements with new valuations. While peers collected awards they could not spend, she collected compounding square footage that quietly made her untouchable. 3. Reputation converted to runway length. In Hollywood, reputation is usually decorative. She treated it as collateral. The uniform, the restraint, the refusal to chase relevance, all of it functioned as a brand asset that ages upward instead of downward. The world projected stability onto her, and stability is bankable. She learned early that the opposite of desperation is margin, and margin is a thing people pay for. Her persona became its own credit rating. 4. Slow money beats loud money. Keaton never behaved like a gambler. She behaved like an insurance company. No rash reinventions, no public meltdowns, no scorched earth pivots. She scaled trust instead of volatility. Slow money is unsexy on camera but terrifying on paper. It is the style of capital that does not spike, it accumulates. Over decades that difference becomes distortion. What looks humble from the outside reads like a sovereign wealth curve on a spreadsheet. 5. Cultural power as a defensive moat. There is wealth that buys things and there is wealth that changes how things move. Keaton's filmography, authorship, architectural voice, and style canonization operate like a ring fence. Influence is insulation. When the world takes cues from you, it stops being able to fire you. An empire is not built by cash alone, it is built by the inability of the market to ignore your taste. 6. The empire without headlines. They persist. Truly rich people do not trend. Quiet compounding engines instead of newspaper scandals. Keaton's empire lives in ledgers, deeds, residuals, and the absence of noise is not accident, it is architecture. Her wealth story is not a story of jackpot moments but of patience executed with discipline until the numbers detach from ordinary reality. This is what a trillionaire-coded life looks like. Not a lottery, a design. 7. Money that does not announce itself. The richest people are not broadcasting liquidity, they are hiding velocity. Keaton's fortune behaves like a submerged glacier, only a polite sliver is visible. Ventures that will never make headlines but will outlive entire studios. The rest exists in long-term instruments, trust structures, asset shelters, tax-efficient vehicles, minority stakes. In quiet is not secrecy, quiet is strategy. 8. The influence dividend. Her lifetime of cultural correctness paid a second check none of her peers anticipated: legacy pricing. When she walks into a room, the rate card changes. Directors negotiate differently. Publishers negotiate differently. Investors negotiate differently. Cultural credibility is not abstract, it compresses risk for the people who attach themselves to you. Reduced risk is monetizable. Her dignity is an income stream. 9. Control by patience, not force. Real power is not the ability to push. Real power is the ability to wait. Keaton's career demonstrated the rarest maneuver in a panic-driven industry: inactivity on purpose. She never chased the algorithm of the moment, she forced the moment to adjust to her absence. Markets behave differently around people who refuse to beg for them. That distance created pricing authority. Authority is compounding leverage. 10. The empire that can run without its architect. The final measure of wealth is not luxury, it is succession. A fortune that dies with the owner was never a fortune, it was a costume. Keaton's holdings, residuals, catalog value, property equity, brand intellectual property, and reputation capital are structured so they can function without her body in the room. That is the line between celebrity money and dynasty money. When an empire can survive the person has truly built. 11. When visibility stops being necessary. For most celebrities, relevance is oxygen. For Keaton, relevance became optional. That inversion is economic. When an empire earns without appearances, the person is no longer a worker inside the machine but the owner outside of it. The less she is seen, the more it proves the engine is autonomous. Disappearance becomes a performance of strength. 12. Taste is a scalable commodity. Most people have taste that dies in their closet. Keaton industrialized hers. Her aesthetic choices in wardrobe, interiors, silence, restraint, they became intellectual property distributed across books, interviews, archives, and public memory. Taste, once codified, stops being personal and becomes rentable. The world licenses what it remembers. 13. The compounding of trust. Money compounds mathematically. Trust compounds socially. Decades without scandals, desperation, or erratic swings created a credit line made of belief. People wire money faster to people they believe will not detonate. That calm historical record functions like a security deposit for every future negotiation. Trust is a form of prepayment. 14. Outlasting is more profitable than winning. Hollywood rewards spikes, dynasties reward duration. Keaton's advantage was never speed. It was endurance. By simply not crashing, not combusting, not needing reinvention, she survived enough economic seasons to collect wins other people abandoned. Survival is a profit mechanism the impatient never access. Longevity is an asset class. 15. Wealth as infra, not display. What separates luxury buyers from empire builders is motive. Luxury asks to be seen, infrastructure asks to endure. Keaton's life architecture was not built to impress a camera but to outlive cameras. Statistics, deeds, contracts, and residual ledgers are not cinematic, they are consequential. The richest lives are built in documents, not photographs. Diane Keaton did not just win Hollywood, she outlived its economics. She converted fame into infrastructure, taste into equity, and time into a weapon. Empires are not loud while they are being built. They are loud only when someone finally looks at the totals. If you want to understand power in this industry, stop watching premieres and start watching deeds. That is the lesson hidden in the life of Diane Keaton.